Hello, Montfortians. Today we will start with a new chapter of GK, that is, chapter number 45, How Clouds Are Formed. Students, you all have seen clouds in the sky. Sometimes you also imagine different shapes when you see the sky. Sometimes they look like an animal, and sometimes we imagine it as a car, right? But do we know what they are made of? Clouds are made of tiny water drops. They are so tiny that we cannot see in the air. Okay? Now let's start the interesting chapter, How Clouds Are Formed. See the first one. The rays of the sun dash the water droplets in the air. My dear students, the rays of the sun heat the water droplets in the air. Earlier, I told you that there are water droplets in the air which are very tiny. We cannot see them. Okay? The rays of the sun, they give heat to that tiny water droplets. Okay? So write down heat. Next, the water droplets turn into water vapor. The water droplets turn into water vapor. Write down vapor. Spelling of vapor is V-A-P-O-U-R. Students, you must have seen that when your mother boils water or when she prepares tea, when it gets boiled, what happens? Tiny droplets, they turn into water vapor. You see little vapors coming from the boiled water. Okay? And see the third one. The water vapor begins to rise. And what happens when the water boils? It begins to rise. Water vapors begins to rise. So write down rise. R-I-S-E. See the next part. As air rises, water vapor begins to cool. Write down cool. Students, when the water vapor, when they rises, what happens? They begin to cool. Okay? Write down cool. Fifth part. The water vapor cools and turns into tiny droplets of water. Write down water. So students, you have learned that the water vapor, when they rise in the air, they get cool, and what they get formed into tiny droplets of water. Students, if you remember, we started with this chapter that the water droplets are present in the air. Now again we have formed the water droplets. Okay? So it is a ever going process. Okay? It does not change. Water droplet again forms. Okay? So see the sixth one. The droplets crowd together to form a cloud. Now the water droplets, what they do? They mix together. They make a crowd. They make a group. And they form a cloud which we see in the sky. Okay, students, you can learn this.